So, last time I spent like 45 minutes talking with you, TK, and Sync, about how to respect these people. Turns out I didn't save the game after I respect the mages, so I still have to do that. But I remember more or less what we were talking about. Basically, I was making them barrier mages with an attack. So let's do that. And she was going to be an electricity mage. Yeah, or like elemental electricity, whatever. So, yeah, I think it was this. Now let's see. More barrier. More dispelling. This is awful, actually. Yeah, I shouldn't get this upgrade. Energy or rush, let me check. Ah, yeah. I think I gave it to her, but she didn't use it that much. What's this? When your allies have an active barrier, beneficial energy invigorates them and helps them recover mana. Well, this will be useful as hell. Ah, the type of damage is based, or the type of missile is based on your staff. Huh? Interesting. I think this is the best one. Let me check. Yeah, more mana regeneration. And if we spam barriers with hair and soulless, we should do nicely. Ah, and the sound issue should be fixed as well. Okay, let's do that. Let's get the exact same thing. Holy shit, that was loud. For soulless. And make barrier the preferred choice. It's a spam barrier. That should help a lot, I hope. Alright, soulless, and we can move. We can move on to reading. Because I love to read. Time for Codex. So I think I lost my little book when I was... Yeah, barrier mages. What the fuck? Ah, this is Lilith, okay. Barrier mages all around. And one attack spell. think we had. You're going away. Okay, but before you go, I think we had zeroed in on Flash Fire, hadn't we? For the Fire Mage. I think we did. Pretty sure it was. Yeah, because this one is it's an AoE. Yeah. Okay. Jesus Christ. All right. I think that's it. Time to read. Shouldn't be too much. I've been fighting a lot. I don't really care about plants. Creatures, on the other hand, the bear. I think I read this. Yeah. The black wolf. The scouts report activity uncharacteristic of lupine by behavior. The breach and resultant rifts have caused unprecedented disruptions in the Vale. Such alterations to the environment may account for the unnatural aggression. If this is indeed the case, I am reading through the mill now. I cannot yet say how widespread the impact. How many wolves does this environmental imbalance influence? What threat do they pose to resistant members of the pack? To the local population? This warrants further investigation. Mage apprentice and Inquisition researcher. Okay. The Bruiser. A warrior wielding a great blade strikes terror into common soldier, but to a chevalier, he is no greater danger than any other opponent. A skilled warrior is struck down by a maul or battle axe in one or of three cases. In the first, he is taken unawares in the heat of battle. In the second, he cannot evade the blow because of the nature of the battlefield or his own injuries. And in the third and most common case, he is struck down because he reacts poorly. We are not trained enough against two-handed weapons because we disdain them ourselves. I think this is a mistake, and in time to come I hope it is corrected. I have seen too many skilled warriors die because they see a great maul coming down on them and raise a shield to block instead to deflect. I have seen men lose their composure due to fear or anger and engage in such behavior directly, thinking they can risk a blow to their body as they would from a light sword or a dagger. It in the heat of battle, even the trained mind will think such things. Those who cannot overcome such thoughts die. You must watch the weapon, but only to gauge its length. Otherwise, as in all fights, the opponent hips and shoulders will tell his intent. The great weapons are dangerous only when moving or poised overhead to strike down. You must give ground, but only against the true threat. If he advances but is not truly prepared to strike, you must rush in, cut him, and withdraw to your guard before his blow is ready. It may take 10 cuts to kill him. Even after the ninth, he may cleave your head from the if you don't respect the distance he can cover. If using such a weapon yourself, mark your distance and do not allow yourself to react to an opponent outside your reach. You cannot recover your guard as quickly as you can from with a sword or a shield. Keep your weapons moving and measure your blows. The stuttered step on your strike can fool many opponents into thinking you out of range and then rushing their defense. In this manner, you may kill most who stand against you. Fighting in such a manner, you may feel more like a butcher than a hero, but the living may console themselves while the dead cannot. Okay, interesting. A corpse. In most corners of Thailand's funeral rites include burning or dismembering the dead to prevent them from becoming host to demons. But not everyone gets a proper burial. It is not unheard for the dead to be thrown in mass graves in the aftermath of a battle or execution, almost asking some demon to claim the corpses. Well, burning corpses is not that difficult. Humans have grease that tends to make setting them on fire, and hair. You can set the hair on fire, the clothes, the grease will keep the flames alive. Okay. Deep Stalker. One of the few natural non-darkspawn creatures to live in the deep roads. The Deep Stalker is a reptilian cave dweller known for burrowing into the stone paths of the deep roads and ambushing prey, usually nugs. They hunt in packs, attacking with round mouths of serrated teeth or spitting poison from venom glands. Although a single Deep Stalker poses little threat to any experienced explorer, packs can be lethal. Dragonling. Newly hatched dragons are roughly the size of a deer and voraciously hungry. They live for a short time in their mother's lair before venturing out on their own. The slender, wingless creatures are born in vast numbers. Only a few survive to adulthood. The giant spider. I haven't seen one of these. Maybe it's meant to be that size. Oh, and the regular ones are miniatures. I mean, a just and caring maker wouldn't create them big to start. They can't hide. That's what bothers you, isn't it? The hiding. A big one like that, a good 12-footer, sure. It's all fang and such, but you know where it is. Dark places where the veil is weak. You were never surprised by a giant one because you had to go to their house. They're not on your face at night or on your boot in the morning. And if their web is thick and wriggling, you don't have to worry about that hair on your neck or the baby ones on the breeze. You hate that, right? Hitting a cloud of them while you're riding could be a dozen, but you only see one and you try to smash it. But when you look, the thing is gone, and now your arm itches right up to the shoulder, and that hair feels like it's back. But you can't unbuckle your helm because of the gauntlets, and now the hair in your ear is tingly. That's just how the worst, isn't it? Records of a Red Cliff guard. Okay. A mage. Mages are not demons or monsters. They are men and women like any other, except for their skill with a weapon few are given. That's a lie. I say this to be clear that, well, unless it's magic, the weapon, but I said this to be clear that I do not think all mages should be put to the sword, as some believe. However, every mage walks through life with a blade drawn and ready, whether they wish it or not. Those who insist that mages are harmless must ask how the apostates who fling fire when the Templars attack learn how to kill so well. We in the academy know well that no skill comes without practice. If you fight a mage, you must close with him, regardless of the danger or risk being overwhelmed. A mage's strike rarely hits with the force of a trained chevalier's blade, but often carries unnatural energies, fire that boils a man inside his armor, lightning that steals the strength from his limbs, and so forth. To hold back is to give him time to alter the battlefield to his advantage in some fashion, whether he summons a wall of ice, a demonic ally, or magical flames to strengthen the blades of his guards. We know that the warrior who controls the battlefield is most often the victor. We must keep him reacting to you and continue your attack. Mages rarely wear heavy armor, but their magic can shield them as effectively as your own plate. I have said many times to watch the hips and arms of your opponent instead of the hands, but with the mage, the hands and arms will be your only clue. If his body is protected from your blade, attempt to tangle his arms or bear him to the ground. It's not elegant or honorable, but there is no honor when fighting a mage. There is only survival. This is a nice new codex that they made that for this game. A prowler. I think these are the assholes that kept ambushing me in the hinterlands. When faced directly, an opponent wearing only light armor and wielding only short blades is little challenge to a trained chevalier. However, not all fights are duels. If you assume that your enemy shares your values, you will die. The only rule most warriors agree upon is that it's better not to die, and a Grey Warden or an Emperor's bodyguard may contest even that accepted wisdom. A skirmisher will strike by surprise, relying upon allies to draw your attention. It is a great battle with many troops on each side. You must assume that the enemy has such skirmishers in its ranks. When fighting in formation, you have no excuse to wreck your guard and pursue a perceived advantage. Doing so will leave you and those depending upon you unguarded. When fighting alone, you must avoid the strikes that would weaken your guard. Once you know such an enemy opposes you, be vigilant and remember that you wear more armor than he does. He will hide. Do not enter the shadows where he is strongest to pursue him. He will harass you at range. Do not take the bait he offers. The Chevalier deserves a better death than a poisoned dagger in his unprotected armpit. And such is the death of those who grow impatient while chasing enemies they deem beneath their honor. Be calm, be methodical, and wait for your opponent to wield to the fear of your blade and shield. When he does, he will convince himself that he can attack you directly, that his blades are fast enough to slip past your shield. Then he will move and you may kill him. A rage demon. Encountered in the Fade, the true form of a rage demon is a frightening sight, a creature of pure fire, seemingly made of amorphous lava. Its eyes pinpricks of baleful light radiating from its core. The entities of such a demon center of the fire it creates. It burns those who come near, and the most powerful are able to lash out with bolts of fire or even firestorms, affecting entire areas. Fortunately, even powerful rage demons are less intelligent than other varieties. Their tactics are simple: attack enemies on sight with as much force as possible until they perish. Some rage demons carry their heat-based abilities into possessed hosts. Otherwise, one rarely sees their true form outside the Fade unless mages specifically summon one to do their bidding. Templar Commander. Okay, magic. Magic. The beta. After extensive study of the cunary specimens you kindly provided, I've come to a conclusion that the painted markings on their face and body are not, in fact, solely for ceremonial purpose, but provide a practical benefit. Oh, I'm certain there is some cultural significance to the patterns and colors they choose, but cunary do nothing without purpose, yes? They call these markings bitar, which in their tongue means poison armor. It's called this because the markings are magical in nature and actually harden their skin to an iron-like quality without hindering flexibility. And my analysis says the paint consists largely of poison. It's mixed with something else, blood perhaps, their own, and that neutralizes the poison, but only for one, one with cunary physiology. Anyone else would perish almost instantly, which reminds me, Alkali require another body slave. The process activates. Ah, maybe this is what they gave this guy. Some sort of Fenris. Some sort of armor like this. Okay. But it was ethereal instead of physical warrior. The process activates the magical qualities of the poison, which provides the protective effects, almost in the same manner that lyrium rules do. Yeah, I faced those assassins. I think it was on the hinterlands when I traveled south of the horse master's ranch. I got ambushed by bears and those fuckers. Had to run to the hills several times to survive. How this works and whether it can be used for our own purposes will require further study. Perhaps some live specimens this time, yeah. Letter written by Neymeria Origanus, apprentice to Magister Barras in 932. So it is completely possible that this guy, how was it? Denarius actually managed to do it to Fenris. Because Fenris shows up in Act 2, doesn't he? And Act 2 should take place after the letter is written. I don't know. The Storm Coast. I cannot say where the Storm Coast receives more inclement weather than any other stretch of northern Ferelden coastline that hasn't stopped the region from boasting more than its fair share of tragic tales. If all are to be believed, rich merchant ships blanket the depths due to the follies of their proud captains. The infamous and likely fictional pirate Daniel of Sale gave up the sea to become a Grey Warden while standing on these shores, and countless young women pined for grooms lost to the waves. I witnessed nothing so fanciful on my brief sojourn to the coast. However, the area is sparsely populated, and as I watched the waking sea strike the shore, I could see why such tales are born. Okay. Look at that, they tell me what I can find if ever I want to go. Anocularum. Okay, I remember that. The mounts, I won't use mounts. Not much anyway. Okay, now let's save. And we are ready to go. To go where, I wonder. Ah yeah, I know where I want to go. Storm Coast. Okay. Fate Rift or what the hell? Ah, this must be where the dragon is. Ah, I don't know. I believe I will take the longest time to do anything in this game. Mm, because I like it so much. Not only horses. Well, I do remember some sort of what was it? Moose in a stream David Gaither made. But I think it was for a pre-order bonus or something. Okay. Why can't I discard the schematics? That's what I really want. I want to get rid of them. They're just going to clutter my inventory forever and ever. I hope they patch that in somehow. Shouldn't be difficult. Oh, holy Jesus. No technical issues for you. Well, I do have to say the game is running more smoothly and I patched it all the way. think the only technical issue I have is that the face of my Inquisitor has a strange nose for some reason. Alright, what the hell were we doing? Let's check. Rift at the... No, these are all secondary objectives. Yeah, let's go for the next camp. And I will avoid using the tactical menu if it can be helped. For some reason, can I use it in real time? I don't know. No, it pauses automatically. For some reason in the consoles you can. Okay, let's just stick to the coast here. But I cannot kill the seagulls. Okay. Is that an Inquisition guy? Yeah, it does seem like
We've had some success around here.
Well, let's see what you have. Raiders hatched. I think it's worse than my maze. Okay, let's head straight for the other camp so I can fast travel quickly between. Oh, Black Lotus, huh? I think those are rare. That was a nog? Holy fuck. Okay, bears galore. Got it. Let's go to that cave. Maybe it was not a cave. Okay, let's finish heading down the coast. I think I'm that monster and the dragon are very far away. I don't have to worry about them. That was scary. Okay, what the hell is that place? Looks like a temple. Ah, there is a dwarven statue. What do you know? What was that place called? Okay, let's head for the camp. I remember in Awakening, Cal Hero, maybe this was also urban domains. Calhirol. Okay, I should go this way then. There it is. Camp number 3.